Nigeria, a fast-developing country with its challenges as far as jobs and remunerations in various professions are concerned. You may have been told many things about dentistry not being as lucrative as medicine in Nigeria, but just so you know, dentists in Nigeria are more or less like a medical doctor. They spend 6 years or more in dental school, a year compulsory housemanship, thereafter go for NYSC. Based on choice, the young graduate of dentistry comes back after 2 years of internship and youth service as a resident doctor, so as to become specialist or a dental consultant. Dental surgery is quite lucrative in Nigeria. It requires huge investments to set up a dental clinic due to the high cost of dental equipment. For example, a dental chair can be priced at almost 1 million naira, and you may require 2 or more in a dental clinic. Access to loans in this industry can prove quite challenging. But could this be due to the underestimating the importance of this industry, or a misconception that the practice of dentistry is not lucrative? Some dentists believe it is possible to earn way more than a general medical practitioner. It is possible for a dentist in private dental practice in Nigeria to make a profit of about 3 million naira monthly. Dentists are known to be one of the richest in the medical field.
Welcome to Ladies Talking Business. I am your host, Moremi Akano. On today's episode, we will be looking into the dentistry profession and how to run a successful private dental practice in Nigeria. Discussing this with me today is our guest, Dr. Olufunmi Adeniyi, a dentist and the founder and clinical director of Luxe Dental Clinic Limited. She is a graduate of dentistry from the College of Medicine, University of Lagos, with a Bachelor of Dental Surgery degree. She has over 10 years of experience in private dental practice. She also runs a not-for-profit dental advocacy foundation, the Smile Doctor Foundation, a platform through which she promotes oral health, healthy living, and wellness through advocacy and awareness. She loves giving people healthy, happy, confident smiles using dental tools and technology. She is the author of 2 books. Happy to have you on the show today, Dr. Adeniyi.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so in this industry, where are we compared to other parts of the world?
I'd like to say that dentistry in Nigeria has made a lot of progress in the past few years, and with a lot of private practices, I'd say some practices are at par with other practices in the world, but because of probably the lack of finances, some are still there just trying to catch up, but I think we've made a lot of progress in dentistry in Nigeria.
Well, good to know.
Yeah.
Okay, so I own a dental practice.
Okay.
Yeah. What is the best way to attract new patients?
New patients. I'd say giving the clients you see excellent service delivery. So every client that passes through you is your ambassador. So they're telling others. Another is through advocacy. So educating the public about general oral health practices. So you teach people generally how to brush, how to do this, how to do that. Just free incentives. And when anyone has a problem, they just remember, oh, it was that doctor that was teaching me, and they find their way there. Obviously, social media is a huge platform nowadays that nobody should ignore. And I think with these 3, largely, you can make a lot of
Interesting.
impact.
Okay, so I know you have a lot of tips for us on how to start and run a profitable dentistry or dental practice. And I want tips that have worked for you.
Okay.
So can you give us some of them?
Okay. Really be an excellent clinician, because once you win the trust of people who come to you, your practice will grow with time. Give it time. I like to say businesses are like children, and so give it time.
So
nurture.
Give it time, like how much time?
It depends. It depends on your location. It depends on a lot of factors come into play. But when you survey your peculiar circumstances, then you can say, oh, give me 2-3 years, and then some people can say, oh, give me 1 year. Some people from the get-go, they're blazing. So it depends. There are many factors that come into play, really. Yeah.
Okay, so give it time. That's one tip.
Give it time. Yes.
Other tips.
Excellent clinical practice.
Okay.
market, advertise, put yourself out there, let people know what you have. Use social media, make use of social media, make use of media, whatever it is that is available to you. The whole world is right in your pocket on your phone. Just get in front of the phone, let someone out there know what you have to offer, and don't compromise on clinical standards. And really, I believe that.
So in terms of training, so what specific training must a dentist have, you know, to be able to start a practice?
Really, your 6 years in medical school is a lot, but then I believe you have to expose yourself to business training. And so over the years, I had a natural flair for entrepreneurship, selling, buying things. That gave me an edge, and then I applied myself to several fellowships available to women entrepreneurs. And there's so much you can get from those kind of platforms. There are many free platforms that you can get on also to learn basic entrepreneurship and the basic tips and tricks for running a business, because business, the practice of dentistry is the business of health. And so you can't just be good in the clinical aspect, you must merge it with being good in business also. And so nobody will excuse you and say, oh, it's because you're a doctor that you don't know this. You have to know a little about everything, finances, HR, and if you're not good on it, you get professionals, hire professionals, part-time, whatever it is your budget can handle, but you must handle the clinical and the business aspects very well.
So would you advocate for having some form of business training?
Oh yes, absolutely. You can't go really far without that. I've come to realize it's easy to just stay in one place and feel fulfilled when you just have your clinical practice, but when you merge it with business, you can scale, you can decide that, oh, I'm going to do much more, I'm going to expand here, really.
Amazing. We'll talk more about this industry after the break.
Okay.
We will go on a quick break. Please stay with us. Thanks for staying with us. This is still Ladies Talking Business, and our guest is Dr. Olufunmi Adeniyi, a dentist and the founder of Luxe Dental Clinic Limited. So, talking about this industry in Nigeria, in your own opinion, how can we improve this industry in Nigeria to make it world-class standard?
Number one is finances.
So, like, to pump in more money.
Pump in money, government, private government partnerships, public-private partnerships, businessmen investing in the business of dentistry, because there's a lot of medical tourism presently. A lot of people are going to Dubai, going to Turkey to get things that can be done right here in Nigeria. And so if the finances are pumped into dentistry, there's no limit to how we can take this. Everyone from Africa, Middle East can be coming here, because I realized that during the Christmas period, we have a high influx of clients that live abroad coming to dental clinics, because dentistry is expensive abroad compared to Naira, because if you come into Nigeria with maybe pounds, it's easier for you to splurge on your dental health in Nigeria. And so the possibilities are endless if there is an infusion of funds to dentistry, to the average dental practice. And Nigerian banks also should please give loans to dental practices, healthcare.
Why is it difficult, in your opinion? Why do you think it's difficult for banks to give loans to healthcare practitioners?
I really don't know what the issue is. I really don't, because I've tried twice now with 2 different banks, but there's just always some, I don't know, a barrier of some sort.
Do you think the healthcare industry isn't profitable?
It's not impossible. It's not impossible. And it's not impossible that they've had bad experiences in the past, and so they just profile healthcare and say, these ones, they're there to care. They're not really big on business, yes. And so that might be it. But I don't know what it is. It's something that has to be discussed. It's something we have to look into. So
you've spoken about government intervention.
Yes.
You've spoken about business people actually investing in the industry.
Yes.
You've talked about banks giving loans to the industry.
Yes.
So what else? How else do you think we can improve?
Dentists can come together in mergers, partnerships, where I'm running a small 3-chair dental clinic, you're running a 4-chair forte, and we come together and we build something bigger. It's not something that is very common here yet, but I'm hoping in the next few years we'll begin to see more of that.
With collaborating in Nigeria?
I think it's an African thing, really. I think it's an African thing. There's just a thing to partnerships. People aren't really comfortable, maybe because we don't have the same values, we're not going the same way, and maybe it's just me, my family, and I think, I don't know what it is, but I think it's a cultural thing. It's not just in the healthcare system, it's a cultural thing. You rarely see businesses that have transcended a long time as partnerships. After a while, you realize that one has pulled back, two have left the thing to one person, and also I think it's a cultural thing we need to overcome. There's much more we can do when we come together. I believe that strongly.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. So thanks for giving us tips on how we can improve the industry. So let's talk about the challenges that, let me say, every dental practice is likely to face. Can you tell us about some of them?
Finances. Dentistry is capital intensive. A single dental unit runs into thousands of dollars. That's if you're doing the bare. And dentistry, with all our equipment, there's the C grade, there's the B grade, there's the A grade, the Rolls Royce of dentistry, and everything is cost intensive. So you cannot talk about dentistry without talking about money, even down to the little products we use for basic cleanings, basic fillings. They run into thousands, hundreds of thousands of naira, thousands of dollars. And so money, you cannot talk about running a dental practice without money. Yeah, and then the courage to do it afraid and launch on your own, and just believe that yes, it'll work out and I can do it. In our climate, where you have to run your gen yourself, you have to power your borehole, you have to do a whole lot yourself, and then manpower. There's a brain drain in the medical sector presently. I have some colleagues that have been looking for staff for months. Everyone is leaving for Canada, for the UK, and so as a private practitioner, I'm here now, but I have doctors that are running the clinic in my absence. But if you don't have that, there's a limit to how much you can thrive as a dentist. And as I said before, there's a whole lot of running the business beyond the clinical practice. And so you need other people that you can lean on to run the practice. So when there's a deficiency of all this, it can really hamper a lot.
Wow. So you have the financial challenge, lack of manpower. Yeah. What else?
We said infrastructure, just general infrastructure, the climate, the environment where we find ourselves, really.
Okay, so we just spoke about expensive equipment, ranging in thousands of dollars, hundreds of thousands of naira. So how has technology helped to improve this industry, especially in Nigeria? I mean, from your experience in the industry, how do you think it has helped?
Dentistry is one profession that is almost entirely hinged on technology. Everything we do, our chair is a piece of technological art. Everything is hinged on technology. So I don't think there's a whole lot we can do without technology. So as technology grows, as there's an increase, dentistry progresses also. And so there's a huge interdependency of dentistry and technology.
Okay, so what other aspects of technology do you think we haven't embraced in Nigeria yet in this industry?
Okay, so that would be specific to different practices, because there's some practices that run every single thing you'll get in a standard clinic in a first world country in Nigeria, because they've been around for a while and they have the resources, while there's some that are just coming along, we're just getting there and we're aspiring and we're hoping and we're building there. And so really I think it's a function of where you find yourself and what is available to you, really. Yeah, but you have a lot of state-of-the-art clinics here in Nigeria, in Lagos, Abuja, several places.
Yes, and I actually agree with what you said, that the dentistry itself depends a whole lot on technology.
Absolutely on
and
technology.
And it's been like that, right?
From the beginning, yes. From the beginning, yes.
Interesting. More conversations coming up. So more conversations coming up with our guest after the break. I'm still here with Dr. So you've given me a lot of tips now. I've gone to school and I'm a dentist.
Yeah.
So how can one build a reputable brand as a healthcare professional? What are your tips?
Excellent clinical practice. So know your dentistry. You must know your dentistry.
Okay.
So if you have to go for update courses, those are like refresher courses where you revisit everything you've been taught in school so you're up to date. Please do that. But excellent clinical practice. If you paint everywhere beautifully and everything is looking good and you have your good media, but the foundation of clinical practice is poor, then there's nothing really for it to rest. So your clinical clinical prowess is the foundation, and then media. I've always said that, like media, infrastructure, as much as possible, get better equipment. If you can get something that will make it faster, invest in it, because it increases the client experience, the customer experience, increases the excellence that they feel. Invest in doing your place up nice. If you have a practice, try to invest in some comfortable. People love to take pictures. Make your clinic a place where they can take pictures. Make it a place where they can be comfortable. I have people come in for procedures and they bring their whole family with them because they know that it would be a very nice experience, really. So invest in as much anything you can to make the client really comfortable when they come in. It's worth the expense.
I agree with you. So, doctor, I'm not going to bring you here and make you sit on this chair without you giving us some dental tips.
Okay.
So, tell us how to better care for our teeth, cavity, and all those things.
Okay, so the foundation is brushing your teeth twice a day. Morning and night, because a whole lot gets stuck in your mouth. So the night one is not negotiable. It's a whole lot of things you've eaten, you're talking, you're spitting, you're swallowing, you're drinking, you're kissing, whatever. There's a whole lot happening in your mouth all the time, and so brushing is just basic, cleaning it out, and then investing in a good dental floss. No toothpicks. No toothpicks. No toothpicks, because toothpicks are really big. The diameter is way larger than the normal interdental space between your teeth, and so when you're wedging a toothpick in, you're damaging your gums, you're affecting the enamel of your tooth, and so you're destroying healthy tooth tissue and causing gum disease eventually. There's so many complications to using a toothpick. So invest in a dental floss. Just pass it in.
Common man in court know that they are meant to use a dental floss.
Well, that's why we say these things online. We try to run ads to get people to know it, but there's a whole lot that needs to be done, and I believe that one step at a time we'll get this out. No hard toothbrushes also. I need to say that, because people say, okay, yes, now I'm going to brush, and then they invest in hard toothbrushes and they're brushing and scrubbing. Like, no, that's not it. Your tooth is a living tissue, and so you take care of it with tender care with a soft or a medium toothbrush, where you're going a circular motion or an up and down, just a light flick, where you're taking from your gums out, like you're sweeping the dirt away. Same thing from bottom up, and then your tongue, and then your tooth. Yes,
I saw a video not so long ago about a dentist advising people on how to clean their tongue, and it's completely different from what a lot of us are used to. We're used to he was just saying use the side of your toothbrush to just brush
it out. Well, there are many different schools of thought.
Okay.
But the point is being gentle with your tongue, because there's also the tendency to just you're at war with that tongue, and also gently just brush out the whatever food, because food particles also get stuck there. And when your tongue is dirty, you realize that no matter how well you brush, your mouth doesn't smell as good, your breath doesn't smell as fresh as it should. And so just the light brushing. There's also things that are called tongue cleaners that you just use to lightly scrub out all the dirt from your tongue. And then you cannot escape this, visiting a dentist every
That was going to be my next question. How often should I visit a
every
dentist?
6 months.
Wow.
6 months is even being, some people, when we look into their mouths, they should do every 4 months, because they're prone to accumulate a lot of calculus. you cannot afford to depend on your toothbrush. Your toothbrush is not enough to take care of your oral health care needs. Your toothbrush is not built to carry that load of getting.
So how long should I use my toothbrush for?
Every 3 months, you should change your toothbrush. And if you have a cold or you're ill, you should change your toothbrush, because your oral microbes change when you're ill, when you have a cold and all. And so you don't want to carry that same thing over when you're feeling better. So you change your toothbrush every 3 months and after. And then once you notice, sometimes it's not even 3 months and your brush is fraying, like it's falling apart, just change it. Yes.
Okay, just before I let you go, doctor, as a business owner and a medical practitioner, what keeps you going? What motivates you?
What motivates me? The desire to employ people first, for me, and then the desire to see people have healthy smiles. There's something about when a person comes into your clinic with pain, or they come in with malocclusions where their teeth are not in the right position, and after a few months with braces, their smiles are on top of the world. Or people come in with tetracycline stains and then they get veneers and they have bright smiles and they're flashing their smiles everywhere. There's a confidence that comes once your mouth is in tip-top shape.
It's perfect.
Yes, there is a confidence. I've seen it over and over again. There are people that begin to chase a new set of women or some men when they get their teeth, because they feel like, yes, I'm now a fine guy.
But I actually find women or people who have, you know, especially women who have done their teeth with veneers and all that, I find them gorgeous. Like, it's
yes, different. Absolutely. Your teeth are like the pillars of your face, because you'd realize that when people lose their teeth, either with old age or over time, you see that their face begins to sink, their eyes begin to look sunken. They just have a general old, shrill, frail look. But once those teeth come back in place, your face just comes alive. Really, your face comes alive. I like to tell people that if you invest in your smile and your skin, you don't need to invest in a whole lot. Like people that pay so much for hair and makeup all the time and all that. Once your teeth and your skin are like in good condition, you realize that there's not much you need to add to this.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
I agree with you. Thank you so much for coming on the show today.
Thank you very much for having me.
You're welcome. Wish you the very best.
Thank you.
This is how far we can go on this dental episode of Ladies Talking Business. Do join us this same time next week for another episode. Don't forget to follow us on PlusTvAfrica Lifestyle on YouTube to catch up with our programs. I am Moremi. Bye for now.